Es el séptimo encuentro de la final de 1978. Enseguida estamos con ello. En 1978, Wes Unseld y los Bullets no eran considerados demasiado en los playoffs. Acabaron segundos de división con 44 victorias, pero sorprendentemente se apañaron para llegar hasta la final. Allí se medían a los Sonics. Hemos rescatado de nuestros archivos el séptimo y decisivo encuentro. Desde el Seattle Center Coliseum les dejamos con las voces de Brent Musburger, Rick Barry y un recién retirado John Havlicek como invitado especial.
If the Bullets are to win this game tonight, they must do two things. They must dominate the rebounding category as they did in last Sunday's game, which allows them to run, and this is where they were most effective. The other thing is the bench effectiveness. If they can receive this, they should be a very contending factor in this final game.
And it has come down to tonight. 111 games and 8 months. And right now, 48 minutes with a championship at stake. 5 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the first period in Game 7 of the NBA Championship Series. Charles Johnson giving Dennis Johnson room. Inside to Webster. Back to Dennis Johnson. Lays it up high, and Webster crashes it home.
The penetration caused that play. Wesley had to leave his man, Marvin Webster. He gave Marvin a free shot at the offensive rebound.
As a defensive player, as soon as you're beaten, you should try and get back to the man who is going to try and help you out and help his personnel.
Johnson from the corner under pressure from Dennis Johnson, who cannot afford to give CJ as much room as he had earlier.
Now here's that previous play. You see the penetration. Wesley right there must go over. That leaves Marvin in the right part of your screen to get a free run at the hoop. Perfect timing, too.
Bullets miss it. Stolen by Charles Johnson. And CJ is every place. He had missed the shot, battled to get the ball back, put in his third field goal.
CJ gives the Bullets a little more speed in the backcourt, and in the last game it certainly was effective for them, so I'm sure that they have a great deal of confidence in him.
Williams and Henderson collide, and Tommy, who is moving, is assessed the personal foul.
We have Gus Williams on a one-on-one move, getting a step on Henderson for the foul.
And Gus Williams, formerly of the University of Southern California, and the Golden State Warriors, now at the free throw line for the Seattle Supersonics, with a chance to put the Sonics ahead again.
Gus still being plagued by his inefficiency from the free throw line, starting back in that Denver series.
3 minutes and 55 seconds to go in period number 1. Johnson again. Tapped up and in by big Wes Unseld, who had rebounding position. Wes Williams bringing it up with the Sonics down by a point. Kupchak signaling in the background. John Johnson, top of the circle. That flat shot of his. And again we seesaw. Charles Johnson regains it after DJ had knocked it away, and into the corner up on John Johnson is off. One shot. Dennis Johnson with the ball.
Charlie's got to settle down a little bit. He was a little too wild in that sequence.
Gus Williams. Unseld's quick outlet pass finds Elvin Hayes breaking to the hoop. Came up. Gus Williams was back with his second personal foul. Wes Unseld just fired the ball out to Elvin. 2-point Washington lead, 1:45. First period, Seattle Center Coliseum, the 7th and decisive game of the NBA Championship Series. Dandridge.
Bobby, after that slow start, starting to find the range.
We have the Sonics with the 3 power people up front now.
Knocked away but regained Sigma. Webster and a whistle by Madden because of the 3-second violation. So from the side, the Bullets will put it in play, and they have a chance to open up the biggest lead, a 6-pointer, if they can hit here. Turnovers so far, 4 for the Supersonics and 1 for the Bullets. Whistle as the pass went into Dandridge. Silas in the corner.
You can see Bobby trying to move without the ball, and here he is on a pick being set by Unseld, clearing himself for his favorite spot in the corner. And this is one of the things that a small man will do. He will try and elude a big man, run him all over the floor until he finds that opening.
Unseld was fouled as Silas tried to come right through the pick, and I mean through it.
That's the wrong guy to try to go through.
5-point Washington lead at 1:07. First period. Webster's turnaround makes it 3. Token pressure. CJ to the attack for Mata. Dennis Johnson backing up on Hayes with an effective frontal defensive ploy. Gives it to Marvin Webster, knocked away and fouled. Charles Johnson with the foul and not Unseld. Marvin Webster out of Morgan State, formerly of the Denver Nuggets. Overcame hepatitis. Become one of the better big men in the NBA this season. 7 points tonight. 8. Freddie Brown awaits Tom Henderson. Dandridge gliding inside. Unseld with the offensive tap, and then Hayes, but a whistle underneath.
Again, Bobby Dandridge using his quickness, being able to get the defense to a position where they have to break down a little bit, and that allows West to go to the board.
That is 3 fouls on Marvin Webster. You saw him complaining, and Lenny Wilkins is up, and now Earl Strom warning him off, and Webster is complaining to Earl near the scoring table, and now Freddie Brown is saying, I believe that foul is on me. Freddie Brown is the captain of the team, backing up, pushing Webster away. He's the only one in that situation who can talk to Earl. And the 3rd foul stays. So Lenny Wilkins now will take Webster out, and he will send in young Seals. Number 45, Bruce Seals, comes in, which means that Sigma will play some center.
That is a very big factor in this basketball game. Make no mistake about that.
Time running out, first period. And Brown pulls the Sonics to within 1. 4 seconds. Dandridge drills one to make it 31-28.
El veterano Bobby Dandridge había llegado a los Bullets tras 8 grandes campañas en los Bucks y encajó perfectamente en un frontline compartido con Elvin Hayes y Wes Unseld. Aquellos tremendos bloqueos de West permitían buenas posiciones de tiro a los otros dos. En este partido, Washington intentaba el asalto a su primer título. En 1978, Washington se plantó contra pronóstico en la final e hizo célebre un grito de guerra que su entrenador, Dick Motta, no se cansaba de repetir. La ópera no acaba hasta que canta la gorda. Pues bueno, no ha cantado todavía en el segundo cuarto para los Bullets, que lo empiezan 3 puntos por delante.
We are back in Seattle, the 7th and decisive game of the NBA World Championship Series. Lenny Wilkins, the Seattle coach, sitting down. His Sonics in white are trailing the Washington Bullets of Dick Motta 31-28. Paul Silas gives it to downtown Freddie Brown, and Silas regains it. That's the battle to save it. It is Brown with Elvin Hayes over on him. Greg Ballard has checked in. Bruce Seals. Hayes tracks it down. Larry Wright on the floor for Motta. So the Bullets go to their bench. Wright and Ballard are out there. Hayes Unseld. Charles Johnson, the other guard. He has the ball now. And Hayes runs right into Paul Silas, and a blocking foul is called on Silas. Hayes running right into Paul.
We'll see the play right here. It's Paul Silas standing. Elvin Hayes just runs right into him. That was a call that should have gone the other way.
Lob pass for Elvin. Traveling the call. Sonics on the side.
They're really setting up a picket fence around Elvin down there. He's going to have to get the ball to the top man and then swing it to the weak side.
Brown, Dennis Johnson, Paul Silas, Jack Sickman, Bruce Seals. Webster out right now with the 3 fouls. Freddie Brown on the pass from Sickma up over the top. It'll go to the Bullets as Mitch Kupchak, 25, checks in. And Elvin Hayes goes out. Hayes sits down alongside Bickerstaff. Sickma goes with Kupchak. Brown inviting Wright to go to his left, but he declines. Charles Johnson to the baseline, blocked and knocked out of bounds by Dennis Johnson. Larry Wright out to Unseld. Seals hits Dennis Johnson. Dennis Johnson glides, but he turned it over. Brought the ball up over the top on the illegal move, and it goes to the Bullets.
Here we have DJ coming down the floor. There's the palm right there, as you can see him making his move toward the hoop.
It's 31-28. Washington leading Seattle in the 7th and decisive game. Second period. Kupchak lost it right back to Unseld, who drills one outside. 9 points for Unseld. 10 for Dandridge. Hayes is out after scoring the 2 in the first period.
If West can hit that shot, it's certainly going to open it up inside for Elvin and other people who like to post up.
Foul going against the Bullets. Knocked away by Ballard, who reached in on Seals. Young Greg Ballard, the rookie. That foul was against Larry Wright, his first. 1 team foul apiece. Wright with Dennis Johnson, and it's Bruce Seals 0 for 2, and Sickma crashes the glass. And there's a foul underneath. Kupchak fouls Sickma, and Jack will come to the free throw line. In the 3-game series against the Los Angeles Lakers, Jack Sickma was forced into a similar difficult position against Kareem Abdul-Jabbar down in the Los Angeles Forum when Marvin Webster picked up 3 fouls, and Sickma turned in a fine performance against Kareem that night.
Fred, both teams not shooting particularly good in the start of this game. First quarter, 39% for Seattle, 41 for Washington.
Kupchak. And it is from the corner, Charles Johnson, and they have turned it over with the shot clock running down. The Supersonics with a quick burst, and Motta quickly calling timeout, and it's going to be a big weekend on CBS. The Belmont, of course. The Firm goes for the Triple Crown. Danny Thomas, Memphis Open. Dick Motta saying, if the Fat Lady sings for us, I might go to a couple of operas. And he's done a lot for opera the last couple of weeks, hasn't he?
We have that other offensive strategy here with Bobby Dandridge in the backcourt now.
Misfire, and Webster with control.
Webster missed Freddie Brown way down underneath the other basket with no one on him.
Sonics to the attack. Brown coming up. Ballard unhappy. Dennis Johnson to check in for the Sonics when he can. But because the man he is to replace is coming up to the free throw line, he will stay there. And here is Brown, number 32.
That's the penalty situation against the Bullets. The Sonics will be in the penalty on their next foul.
Confident, as are, of course, most of the players. Paul Silas, the only one a bit unhappy after yesterday's practice session. He didn't think that the young Sonics were serious enough. Silas, much more than just a player for Lenny Wilkens. He provides an awful lot in the clubhouse, as Wes Unseld does for Dick Motta. Unseld's leadership is of the quiet, strong variety. Hayes, Bullets control at that offensive end. Young Greg Ballard kept it alive.
And Fred Brown again down at the other end all alone. If they would have looked up quickly, he would have had an easy two-point layup.
That's 3 times they've missed him.
Johnson on the running hook. Unseld runs it down. Tom Henderson to the dribble. 43 to 39 and 2 minutes 56 seconds to go. First half, 7th game, Seattle. Cross court, Henderson gives it up to Unseld. Dandridge. Ballard underneath twice. Hayes taps it in. He got in front of Webster.
They've got that alignment now with Bobby Dandridge in the backcourt. He had the mismatch on Gus Williams trying to take advantage of it. So Washington playing with a very big team out there on the floor.
There is Dandridge at guard. You could see him come over on Freddie Brown with a hand. Taken back up and in by Webster. Ballard simply lost control. Henderson must control now. He's working in the backcourt with Dandridge. Brown is on Dandridge. Williams goes with Henderson. Ballard had it knocked away. Unseld regains it. Here's Dandridge at guard. Double team. Ballard getting back up. Powering inside. John Johnson. Quickly to Freddie Brown, who lost it, and here's Henderson. Unseld gives it right back, and Dandridge wants to go inside. It's a 6-point lead as Unseld hits the field goal, and he has scored 11 points in the first half. We'll have a timeout.
Watch the play right here. Good pass that time by Henderson over to Unseld. Unseld gives up quickly to Bobby. Bobby draws Marvin to him. Nice pass underneath to Wesley, who rolls to the hoop. 2 points for Washington.
Y si los Bullets sorprendieron al plantarse en la final, otro tanto pasó con los Sonics, con los que nadie contaba. En realidad, el Seattle Coliseum estaba ya reservado para un salón del automóvil, por lo que el cuarto partido se tuvo que celebrar en el Kingdom. 40.000 personas acudieron, más que nunca en la historia hasta entonces. Los Bullets se jugaban el título en Seattle.
Hay que jugar con la idea de que cada error puede ser decisivo y, por tanto, evitable. O ganamos o nos vamos de vacaciones sin nada.
The Bullets reached the finals, eliminating Atlanta, San Antonio, and then upsetting the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sonics beat Los Angeles, dethroned Portland, and then topped Denver in the semis. Washington's big Wes Unseld is completing a decade with the Bullets, and the team has qualified for the playoffs in each of those 10 seasons. But there are no championship banners hanging from the rafters. This may be the year.
Los Bullets habían perdido claramente en sus 2 finales anteriores, así que ganar el primero ante Seattle liberó a Wes Unseld de gran parte de la presión. Las victorias se alternaron en los 6 primeros. En el séptimo, la ventaja parecía de Seattle a priori, en principio, pero Washington ganaba por 7, mediado el último cuarto.
In Seattle, it is the 7th and deciding game of the NBA championship, and after the game, we will take you inside the winning locker room. Henderson checking the time, 6 minutes and 20 seconds. Charles Johnson is 7 of 15, total of 15 points. Johnson goes inside, Webster flying over to intimidate, and a whistle underneath by Madden. Unseld upset and furious. Going against him, number 5.
So now Seattle trying to mount perhaps their final assault of the evening. Dick Motta showing some concern, and rightfully so, with a chance to cut this lead down to 5 points with half a quarter to go.
You can be sure on the offensive end that they're going to be going at Wes Unseld.
Sikma with a strong evening, hitting the 20-point mark. 6-point difference at 6 minutes. Unseld gets free of Webster. Back to 8.
Very crucial gamble that time by Marvin, really hurt them.
Dennis Johnson cut off. Dennis inside, partially blocked and cleaned up by Paul Silas. Slips to 6.
Lucky break that time for the Sonics.
Johnson cut off as Sikma came out. Time left is in the right-hand corner as Earl Strom stops play with the whistle.
There's an earlier play where Marvin went for the gamble on the steal. DJ doesn't know where the ball is. He's not in position to help. Sikma a little bit late. Could have possibly been called for the foul. Good play by Wes Unseld.
98-92. 6 points inside of 2 minutes. Freddie Brown.
And the Sonics at this point have to pick him up all over the floor.
4-point game.
Big offensive sequence here for the Bullets, defensively for the Sonics.
Free throws could become vital. Charles Johnson, Webster with a hand, loose ball, picked up by Kupchak. It stayed loose. Mitch Kupchak came out of the pack, came up with a basket, and put it in. The ball stayed loose on the floor, and it was Kupchak who seized the opportunity. So it has come down to the last 26 seconds of Game 7. Seattle Supersonics trailing the Washington Bullets 101-97. It begins. Freddie Brown, in and out, and the rebound put back up and in by Paul Silas with 18 seconds. It's a 2-point lead. Pressure now. Unseld goes to Henderson. Wilkins saying no foul, but Unseld was picked up in the backcourt. Wes Unseld will be coming to the free throw line to shoot the penalty.
This may very well be the biggest free throw Wes ever shot.
Unseld can make it a 4-point Bullet lead. Changed his free throw shooting style in the playoffs, leading with that right foot. And calmly comes back after missing 3 in a row and hitting those 2 important ones, which put the Bullets up by 4 and 12 seconds to go. So Wes Unseld, who in 1971 failed as the center of the Baltimore Bullets when they were blown out by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and the Milwaukee Bucks in 4 straight games, and who failed again in 1975 when the Golden State Warriors beat the Washington Bullets by 4 straight, is just 12 ticks of the clock away from his first NBA championship. Paul Silas will take the ball out of bounds. It's been a whale of a campaign, and the tired looks now starting to show on even the fans' faces. It began 8 months ago. Dennis Johnson begins the countdown. They must shoot quickly. It is in and out. Unseld with control. It is about to end. Bobby Dandridge, he will be our most valuable player. Bobby Dandridge voted the CBS most valuable player here in the NBA Championship Series. And the celebration can begin in Washington. Dick Motta and Bernie Bickerstaff are embracing over there as the Washington Bullets jubilantly file off the floor. And the crowd here in Seattle, rather than booing, comes to its feet and gives both these teams a tremendous ovation. Freddie Brown and Wes Unseld shaking hands at midcourt. And it was the Washington Bullets prevailing 105-99, the final score, as they file into their locker room. The commissioner of the NBA, Lawrence O'Brien, is here with some special guests. And Commissioner, why don't you present this trophy?
Esta es una de las mejores series de todos los tiempos en la NBA. Ha llegado al límite y podemos estar orgullosos de los Supersonics esta noche. Estoy muy orgulloso de estar aquí con Jerry Sachs, con Bob Ferry y nuestro entrenador Dick Motta y además Wes Unseld, que ha estado esperando mucho tiempo por esto.
Wes había esperado concretamente 10 años y la ciudad de Washington incluso más. No habían tenido un equipo campeón desde los Redskins en 1942. Ansel promedió 12 rebotes por partido en la serie y fue elegido MVP de la final. Después de 13 años, se retiró como séptimo clasificado en la lista de mejores reboteadores. También puso algunos de los bloqueos más duros de este deporte. A la vuelta, enseguida,